Hi, today I am talking to Dee and Tom Taylor about their decision to move into a active 55 community. Dee and Tom lived in Jefferson County, my home county, for 22 years, and then made the decision almost 4 years ago to move here to Virginia in Loudoun County to an active, what's it called again? What do you call it?
The community is Birchwood at Brambleton, but it's generally known more as an active 55+ community.
And they are very active, so this is very appropriate for them. So just to start off, can you just talk a little bit about what led to your decision to move here?
Well, I think as most people, once they're in their 60s, start to think about the next stage of life and how do you want to live your life. As you know, we had a large house and 2.5 acres, and we knew at some point in our life, as we got older, we would probably have to find help to maintain that. And
which is not easy to find.
And reliable help is very difficult to find. And we did not want to spend our time and energy thinking about that or pursuing that. And we looked at other aspects that we wanted. We wanted to be active. We wanted more services. As you get older, you think about more medical needs. Thank goodness we don't need them yet, but that is something you consider as you get older. And we knew we'd always have to be driving an hour, either to Winchester or over here to Northern Virginia. We wanted more social opportunities, venues to go to. As we were retiring, we had more free time to do things. So we started looking at what our priorities were, and we really kind of focused on active 55+ communities. Not senior living, but really active lifestyle. So we spent...
How would you distinguish between senior living and an active community?
I think more senior living facilities are more apartment, condo kind of facilities. They may have activities going on there, but they're generally more restricted, and they're generally geared for people older than us. We're not just for chickens ourselves. But I would say more towards the 80-year-olds.
And how
Tom is.
No, are you? But you're
and the implication is that in those type living arrangements, you're requiring more help of one kind or another.
Eventually, and probably sooner. Yeah.
So this is independent living, but we're living in a group of people like us who have lived their lives, raised their kids, now they have grandchildren. They're retired mostly from active professional work, and they have time, so they sort of reinvent themselves.
Well, when you started thinking about moving into an active community like this, and it sounds like you gave it a lot of thought, what was your grocery list of possible choices when you started looking into this? Now, in West Virginia, in our part of the state, there's nothing.
No.
There's nothing. So you had this whole metropolitan area really to look into.
Which we did, but we knew we were probably going to likely end up here in Northern Virginia because we have 5 grandchildren over here. And we were always driving back and forth to all their activities, and we said, why are we doing this? Let's just move there and live there. But we didn't restrict our search to just Northern Virginia. We looked at, because there are quite a number of active 55+ communities around. Quite in Fredericksburg, there are quite a number, and Winchester and all around. So we looked really quite a lot of places, mostly because we wanted to compare floor plans, we wanted to compare amenities, we wanted to compare cost.
How long did this process take from the time you thought, from the time you compiled your list or looked at what was available to the time you actually made a choice? How long did that take?
Would you say, close to 2 years? Not diligently, but really looking around at a lot of places, trying to get in our mind what we wanted in terms of housing, because there's a whole variety of things. Like in this community alone, there are what we have here is a courtyard house, but there are villas, there are townhouses, there are single-family homes, there are condos. So
Whew, that's a lot of choice.
well, yes, but it meets different people's needs for what they want, and it's important to take the time to look and compare so that you're comfortable with what your next stage is.
Well, I think one of the things that resonated with me when you said was to get closer to the grandchildren.
I would say probably 90% of the people here who have come from other places have come here because they want to be near their grandkids.
Now, what is it that you like best? Now, you've lived here for 3.5 years, so they've had a chance to sort of scope things out. What do you like best? Tom, we'll start with you.
I like, I say this is like summer camp. You go to summer camp, everybody there is there for the same reason, and they have a common background, so to speak. So that's what's happened here. We have a community of mostly retired people. Not everyone here is retired, but they've all had interesting life stories. They've lived around the world. They've worked for the government. They've been in the military. They've had professional careers of one sort or another. And so we all have stories to tell, which we spend time telling. And,
well, you're retired. You've got plenty of time.
And so it's kind of like a big fraternity sorority, I guess. You know, it's
you're addressing an issue that I think is important. Is you left West Virginia after 22 years at your home. Obviously, left connections, and both Tom and Dee were very active in the community when they lived in Jefferson County, which is one of the reasons I was so sad when you left. But was that hard to overcome being distant from all those friendships that you had made over those years?
Yes, but I think we formed new friendships here very quickly and found that there's just a wide breadth of people with interesting experiences, as Tom was saying. What I personally like is the great diversity that we have in this area. People that have lived all over the world who bring different personal, cultural experiences to share with everyone. And, we have different interest groups that you're never short of not only finding someone to do something that you enjoy doing it with, but a whole variety of people.
It does sound like summer camp.
That is true.
In this community, there's communities that incorporate assisted living and healthcare and all this, but this is not on that page. This is a residential community, and the restrictions it's someone 55 and over has to be an owner. Has to be an owner. Are there any restrictions other than that in terms of who lives in any of these units?
You can have your grandchildren here for, like, if people have to take care of grandkids during the summertime, you can have young children here up to 90 days a year. It's to incorporate grandkids into your life, but it's not to be seen as it is supposed to be an adult community. You can have, a number of people here have college-age children that they can come and stay with them during breaks and for a period of time thereafter. And certainly during COVID, they allowed more adult children to come back for a period of time to live with their parents too.
Now, when you say they, is that
HOA?
The Homeowners Association. So does the Homeowners Association, that's sort of the governing, Madam Mayor, that's sort of the governing body for the organization. And then you pay monthly fees. And what do those monthly fees cover?
They cover our activities at the clubhouse and help pay for our lifestyle director, but it also includes, which is what was important to us, all of our lawn mowing, trimming of shrubs. They do all their yard work. We don't have large yards here, but they do all of that. Our trash, And they have an arrangement with Verizon. It includes all of our internet and television fees.
Well, let me ask you. First of all, are there any downsides to living here that you've found?
No, we have not. We have not been disappointed with this decision in any regard. We are near our family when we want to see the grandkids. We have a whole huge network of friends here. We have a lot of activities.
If people are going through this decision now, and this little series I'm doing is, what do you do when you get older and you have to make a decision about downsizing, resizing, whatever? What advice would you give from your experience to people who are facing the same decision as you?
Do your homework.
Do your homework.
Do a lot of homework.
And don't wait too long.
Yes. Yes.
Do it while you're healthy. Do it while you're changing your living experience for positive reasons, not for negative reasons, or not because you have to go for more health care or whatever. It's just make it a positive decision, and do it early.
Well, I want to thank you both for taking your time to share your experiences and your thoughts with me. As I said, it was sad to lose these two. They started programs in Jefferson County, First in Your Family, to encourage children who are going to be the first in their family to get into college by working with the high schools. I know you worked with the League of Women Voters, and so it was sad to see you go, but it makes my heart happy that you have found such a great place that fits your lifestyle.
Thank you.
So thank you so much.
Well, you're very welcome.